Indeed.
Your voice is breaking up just a tiny bit.
It's coming through the car, that's why. Okay.
All right. Cool. We have the live stream running, we have the recording going, and we are off to the races. Welcome everybody to the BeatCancer.Org Ask a Holistic Cancer Coach weekly call. It is the 24th of July. The summer is almost halfway over. And we are gathered here again to talk about matters of holistic health and wellness and cancer healing and prevention. Here at BeatCancer.Org, we've been helping individuals and their families deal with cancer circumstances since 1977. We are a nonprofit organization. We are here to serve, and we do so through education. Education on what some might call alternatives, but we call more original methods of dealing with the body and health. With a true mind, body, and spirit approach, we've been helping people heal or prevent cancer since 1977. I'm Zachariah Frank, the COO of Beat Cancer. I'm joined with my co-host Carl Wagner, CEO of Beat Cancer. As a reminder, we are here to talk about matters of health and wellness, but we're not here to diagnose nor prescribe anything on this call. If you do want additional follow-up support for your specific circumstances, please do contact us and we'll get you in touch with our naturopathic doctor on staff. Or you can work with one of the hundreds of holistic cancer coaches that we've trained over the years. Perhaps you yourself might also want to become a holistic cancer coach. And our program is welcoming and available to anyone, whether you're a medical professional, a patient yourself, or anyone that just has a passion for helping others. So please do inquire about that if that's something that interests you. Some additional housekeeping for the sake of the recording and the call. Please do keep yourself muted. Keep your microphone muted when you are not speaking. This way we don't pick up any unnecessary background noise that makes it difficult to hear the speaker. If you have a question or a comment, you're welcome to raise your hand physically if you are on camera, or you can use the raise hand feature of Zoom and it'll look like that. You'll have your little hand up if you know how to do that. Or you can put your question or comment in the chat section of Zoom, and we'll be monitoring that and be sure to get to your comment as soon as possible. For our friends on social media, because as a reminder, we are live on Facebook, Twitter, Rumble.com, and YouTube. We're also monitoring the chat section there. If you have a comment, you can put it in the chat wherever you're watching, and we'll be sure to address it as soon as we can. With that, over to Carl for some additional housekeeping or a quick hello as I check off.
Sure. If you have your mic on mistakenly and there is background noise, I will mute it from my end, and you'll notice a little symbol on your side that says you've been muted. It's not that we don't like you, it's just that we can hear what's going on in the background. So, and Dave has a question about, is it possible to take too many antioxidants? Dave, do you have blue blockers on over your glasses? Are you 6 eyes right now? Yeah. I think you might have had too many antioxidants. You're too hot to have a shirt on. You're on mute, buddy. We can't hear you. He's looking for the mute.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, guys. I just came in from outside. It's pretty hot and humid up here in Minnesota. I'll stick with the headshot.
You're okay, brother. Don't worry
Okay, thanks.
at all.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll open up that question to the group, but yeah,
Awesome. I see Coach Maya was just getting on. Welcome, Maya. Good to see you. So yeah, we'll have that as our first question. Is it possible to have too many antioxidants? Dave is asking. What are your thoughts on that, Maya, if you have any and are available?
It is very possible to have too many antioxidants. Yeah.
Cool.
If
Overspend on antioxidants.
well, if if we understand properly, like the way the body works and create antioxidants, it's one of the defense mechanism of our body, making oxidant and then making antioxidant. So when the body needs to use those reactive oxidative species, so there's a moment when body needs them. So when body stop using it, it would create antioxidant to eliminate them. So when you introduce antioxidant exogenously, you might interfere with the role of your own body of cutting down those, the oxidative species. So, and they might kind of fit cancer. They can become pro-oxidant.
That's
Yeah, I hope I broke it down the simplest way I could break it down. Because the role of our body, there's a moments when our body needs those reactive oxidative species to eliminate the inflammation. And the cell makes them, our body cell makes them. And then when our body uses what it needs to use, for example, our body could make them when you do exercise, and the body would produce those reactive oxidative species to catch up with your energy, with your level of energy when you work out. So when you stop working out, you have access those, reactive oxidative species. So the body is going to make antioxidant to cut them off. Do you understand that, for example?
okay.
So when you overdo it, then you might interfere with your body's innate ability to downsize them, to eliminate them, because they molecularly they bind to something else, or they have to bind to something else in your body. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you interfere exogenously with that process, it might do opposite work.
Mhm.
Okay.
So how do
Is-
we,
But I'm not saying, so those the antioxidant does come from food what we eat, but additionally taking supplement, like let's say glutathione. People are so obsessed with glutathione. But the glutathione could become toxic to our body if we overdo it. Because of the other precursors to that. So it's very important to understand. That's why I always push, understand your body at least slightly before putting anything in your body when it comes to exogenous supplementation.
now before we get to Harmonious Monday, is there a test? And if we are deficient, what should we do then?
In antioxidant?
Yes. Yeah, antioxidants.
Well, if there's a chronic inflammation, we are deficient in antioxidants. But again, the chronic inflammation could come from so many different levels, the diet and injuries and other things. We have to know how to deal with them, like stop using like the things that causes those inflammations in the body. Stop introducing and putting the things in the body that causes those inflammations. And because our body makes everything on its own, and it does have precursors of making those antioxidants. Let's say in glutathione, the way body makes glutathione, it uses 3 precursors, like cysteine, glycine, and glutamine. So when you take the glutathione as an antioxidant, what happens to those precursors that your body is ready to make glutathione? They convert into something that might damage your body, because they become more now than the body would have used them to make glutathione, but now it cannot use it because you introduce glutathione as a supplement. So I hope I'm like explaining everything. So those glycine, particular glycine, could become very toxic to the body if it's more. So I'm not saying people should not use it. People should be very cautious using them.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Harmonious Monday.
Thanks, Carl. Dave, I just want to make absolutely sure you're talking about supplemental antioxidants, because that's what Maya is referring to. My understanding is that antioxidants that come from a whole foods balanced diet, across, broad spectrum of food constituents that are antioxidant is a good thing
Yes.
for health in general, cancer,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
But, like you said, popping supplemental antioxidants
Mhm.
is questionable. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for the hand. I can't find it anywhere.
That's all right. Don't worry about
Can I respond to that? I guess my concern is that, we get inundated with all this information about, antioxidants, this, that. It's like just the end all to everything. And it's still very important. And I'm glad to hear that, because I don't think I'm taking any supplements, but I am eating a lot of whole foods that are supposedly high in antioxidants. And I've read a couple of times now, only a couple, over 3 years now in research, that only very rarely does it come up as someone might suggest that we can be overdoing it. But I guess if that's the case, it doesn't sound like there's too many studies out there on all that. How would we know if we're overdoing it? Are there any symptoms? Are there any studies? Or is there anything that we can go by that would give us a guide as to whether we're just, overcompensating for our body's abilities?
There are symptoms actually. People get headaches, people get digestive problems, they get bloated, they can feel
Okay.
nauseated. There
Okay.
are symptoms. It's just the manner of people paying attention to them.
Okay.
I actually have so many clients like when we stop taking like supplements, just overall supplements for a couple of weeks, just to see, because like we couldn't catch up where the nausea is coming from or where the pain is coming from. And we would stop taking, they would stop taking supplement and they would feel better immediately.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually, my son is one of them. Like as soon as he would stop, he would feel better.
Is
So
anyone Would inflammation possibly be a symptom? That's the only concern I have. I have arthritis in my hands. Chronic.
inflammation, you mean like in terms of what was the question?
Well,
Sorry.
I think I actually got it from this traditional cancer care. Only once did I hear this listed as a symptom, but apparently people who go through traditional cancer care, chemo and the hormone therapy pills and injections and all the other stuff they do, that some people get arthritis in their hands. And I think
Yeah.
that may be where it came from. I just want to get rid of it. And I know we've got all kinds of people treating symptoms nowadays, and they got all kinds of people jumping on chronic inflammation, but I haven't found anything that's worked yet. I'm really
Well,
searching hard.
yeah, the arthritis, the chemo does cause, a lot of
Yep. Big
issues. There's
mistake.
a lot of side effect from chemotherapy. It does
Yep.
cause like a neuropathy, and then because it destroys human cells, healthy
Yep.
and
Yep.
unhealthy cells.
Big mistake.
So
I never would have done it if I
it's
had
not,
known.
I'm not going there. I'm just saying like, for
Yeah.
people to learn that the way the body makes new cells, you need to provide the source for the body to make those new cells.
Mhm.
And the source coming from nutrients, from minerals and vitamins.
Mhm.
And then eating healthy that would help your body. It's not gonna happen overnight because certain cells regenerate, like neurocells, for example, it would take a year to regenerate, but it will regenerate. The whole thing is a consistency of doing having a healthy lifestyle and putting the healthy things in your body. And
Mhm.
then you're gonna see the difference. It's not gonna happen overnight, but it will be there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
final my final goal is to try and figure out how to get rid of this chronic, you know, arthritis condition.
Yeah,
I'm experimenting.
you can help your body by like, doing like infrared saunas, for example, or additional like just a sauna sweating out the toxins that you got from chemo that bothering you, and then adding anti-inflammatory food and certain supplements like magnesium, maybe MSM, another one that could help bring the inflammation down. Certain things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just have to keep experimenting. Would
Yeah.
inflammation be a symptom of too much antioxidants by chance?
Uh,
Tough question.
no, big no. I don't know. I don't want to lie about it. I don't know,
Yeah.
but the body knows what to do with it. If there's an
Okay.
excess, it would convert it into something else.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're
Appreciate everybody's
welcome.
input.
Yeah.
Awesome. I see we have a hand up from Jane.
You're on mute, Jane. Up there you go.
Might want to consider with inflammation is to do a sensitivity test. When my husband had chronic myelogenous leukemia and his inflammation numbers were off the roof, but nobody knew what the problem was because, okay, it's inflammation, but where is it coming from?
Right.
So our integrative medicine doctor did a sensitivity test, which is different from an allergy test. An allergy test, if something you're allergic to, you're going to get an immediate response. In a sense, that's easier. I'm allergic to MSG. In a half hour, I've got a migraine. I know, okay, I can't have that. But in a sensitivity, you may not get a symptom for 3 days, and maybe you can't identify it as that thing because you've also
Right.
eaten other things. So just an example, with my husband, we went on a dairy-free diet, and my husband said, "You know what? I like almond milk." And I said, "Okay, I like oat milk. No big deal. I got almond milk and oat milk." When we did the sensitivity test, Michael's numbers for almonds, so this is something that's a good food, right? Normal was 0 to 40, and his was 1200.
Wow.
So it might be worth asking your doctor to do a food sensitivity. They could do food and other things as well. So that may help to discover, what's going on. But a food sensitivity, not an allergy test.
Right. Is there a certain doctor that we would go for that? I don't know that my cancer doctor knows much about it. I can ask him.
You can ask him. Now with us, it was our integrative medicine doctor.
Okay.
I can order that test. I do order those for my clients. So I have an MPI number and I can order those. But usually integrative or functional medicine, they could order those tests.
Are they blood tests?
They're blood, sometimes they're smear, like a fingerprint. They send a kit out to the house, or lab work when they have a contract with the labs. I just place an order and it explains to a client how to do it. And yeah. So they send the kit out because we can order the test that doctors don't usually order.
Would it be possible for me to be put in contact with those people, Maya?
Well, you gotta look at, you mean like it was the people who can order those tests for
Yeah,
you?
somebody that could
You
do
just
that.
you can look it up in your area, functional medicine doctor or integrative doctor, and just make an appointment and go and ask him to do it for you.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
that.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. I'll
You're
definitely
welcome.
do that. That's fabulous information. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Dave, what area are you in?
I'm in Minnesota, the Twin Cities. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's BeatCancer.Org
Okay.
that has a list of integrative medicine doctors in all different areas. You might want to take
Oh,
a look at that.
fabulous.
I'm
Okay,
actually,
thank you,
yeah.
thank you, everyone. That's fabulous.
I'll actually, let me see, there's a doctor in Minnesota that everyone is talking about, and the specialist is actually in the male prostate, cancers. Let me find it and I'll share the link. Okay.
Fabulous. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much, coaches, for helping out Dave with his inquiry there. So we'll open up the floor, right? We have some friends that I believe are new to the call, and we'd love to hear from you what brings you out to our call, where it is that you found Beat Cancer, and what's on your mind, what we can possibly serve you with. So I see Mr. Robert is on camera. I'm not sure if you've been to these calls before, but I do welcome you if you would like to hop on the mic and let us know a bit about what brings you out tonight.
I think I've seen Robert before.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, I think so. Robert with the bookcase in the background.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if his screen is frozen right now or not, though. It looks like it's frozen.
Hmm,
So he might be having. Oh, there he goes.
that's all right. Robert, is there anything you'd like to share tonight?
You can feel free to unmute, sir. You're muted.
So if you put the mouse normally at the bottom left of the Zoom window, you'll see a button that says audio with a little picture of a microphone, and that should allow you to unmute. And if you want to take some time and find that, we can circle back. All
How
right.
about while we're waiting?
Yeah, while Robert is finding his mute button, how about we go over to flowers? Same question for yourself. We'd love to know where it is that you found Beat Cancer, what brings you out to our call tonight, and if there's anything that we can do to be in service to you.
Yes, I work as a healer. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. As you said that, it was breaking up
Okay.
a little bit, though.
Right.
I work as an African hand healer using the spots and meridians in your hands and pressure with your other hand to heal you. And I'm always interested in new healing modalities that are natural and healthy for us because we get so poisoned and killed by so much of Western medicine every year. And it really needs to stop. For them to have to promise the American Medical Association that if I tell someone a natural way to heal you can medical license. It's crazy what they're doing in this country. I heard something recently that when you have they find a mass and they want to do a biopsy, you should tell them no because that metastasizes when they go in and come out. It opens the sac that was sitting there holding everything together and causes it to metastasize and move out in people very, very quickly. Does anyone have any information on that?
Yes, we've definitely heard that, but we'll open that up to discussion. And before we do that, maybe we can go to Robert, and then we'll come back to the biopsy. Robert, you're on.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yes. No, this is the first time I've been on the calls, but I've been aware of the organization
Could have
for
sworn I've
a
seen you
decade.
before.
Yeah, I've been aware of the organization for decades. In fact, years ago, I sent for a number of booklets that I got from you to read, and I've always appreciated the work you've done. I'm on the call because I just happened to get an email and see it today that you're having open phones. So I wanted to do this for the first time.
Excellent. Welcome.
Yeah. I don't have any immediate questions. I'm just interested in hearing what everybody's got to say. If something comes up, I'll pop in. But so far, I'm just interested in hearing what I've been doing.
So you've gotten booklets from Susan Silberstein and the Center for Advanced
Yes,
Education. Yeah. So how'd you get introduced to
yes.
that, and what made you curious enough to buy booklets?
Well, I started getting interested in this way back in 70s, 60s. I had a serious bout with Crohn's disease, and it was pretty bad. I'm also living in Minnesota at the time, so I was fortunate to have access to the Mayo Clinic. But even at that time, it was still, but they probably knew more than most places. And so I was in and out of the hospital a few times, and so dealing with that. And one of the doctors there happened to mention to me off the cuff that we don't know for sure, but it might be a good idea for her to get off dairy. So of course, once he said that, I never went back. So for a lot of years now, I've been off of dairy, no dairy whatsoever, and I'm pretty much on a whole food plant-based diet, with the exception of fish a couple times a week. Other than that, my diet's been pretty clean, and we cook pretty clean here at home, and where I'm always conscious of when we go out we always eat vegan, just to be sure. So I've been watching what I've been eating and doing for a lot of years, and I think that's benefited me in many ways. So that's pretty much what my life has been like, and all because I came down with a disease at that time. Otherwise, I don't think I would have made many changes. But I was fortunate at that time too. And of course, since that time, I've been around groups and read and been familiar with a number of the periodicals, things like the China Study and other books and stuff that have been all about the plant-based diet. I don't necessarily advocate 100% plant-based for everybody, but I do recommend to people I know and stuff that they try to do that as mostly of their diet. And when once in a while we do have some food, we have a special farm we get all of our meat from. We don't buy it from stores. And that's another thing I recommend to people also is please don't buy a lot of your stuff at regular stores because most of it is not the healthiest. I mean, even Europe doesn't put some stuff that we do in our food, and they won't even accept some of our food from sending over there. So it just shows you we've got a ways to go in this country.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And a lot of times
Um,
the disease is a wake-up call for people, and
I
they
don't
change
know if you heard of that.
Yeah, yeah, excellent. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Maybe we can get back
Yeah.
to flowers.
Yeah.
It's okay with Robert. Robert, do you feel complete? Did you get everything out that you wanted to say? Oh, frozen up again.
Yeah, I was only going to say that you're right. Sometimes disease benefits us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that.
Awesome.
I have a question for Robert.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Sure.
Go ahead, Jane.
Robert,
Yeah. So,
has the non-dairy diet helped your Crohn's? The dairy-free diet?
well, I'm going to assume it was one of the factors, since I
Okay.
haven't gone back to it, and since that time I've read so much on why we should unless you're a baby cow, we should be staying off
Right.
dairy.
Right. Right.
So I'm glad I did, and I've read so much since that time.
Right.
So I would say, yeah, it's one of the things that probably helped.
And plant-based as well.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Thank you. That's what I thought. Thank you, but I wanted to hear.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both. Let's go back to.
I'll add one thing to that, if I
Yeah,
may.
sure. Go ahead. Your screen keeps freezing. There we go.
Is this for Robert?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Robert's still talking.
Okay. I was just going to add one thing. I do advocate as much as possible for people to be on whole food plant-based diets, but I don't see if somebody wants to have a little bit of animal food at times. My only recommendation is that you eat it very clean and try not to eat it out when you go out to a restaurant.
Right. I think sometimes you follow your body. If you have a yin for meat, that means your body needs it.
Yes, I agree.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's open to the coaches to respond to Flowers about the potential hazards of biopsies. I think I saw Maya. She was nodding in agreement when Flowers was talking.
Yeah. There's some studies have shown that needle biopsy did spread cancer, particularly in liver, pancreas, gallbladder, and some sarcomas. Has been shown that once they do it called needle trace, I believe so, needle trace cancer, when it's called needle sitting, I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. So when they poke the sac, the layer that cancer sits inside, because body protects the itself from cancer spreading around, and it's protected with a layer, thick layer, that the cancer cells won't spread out. But needle biopsy opens that sac easily and let the cancer, spread into the closest, like a healthy tissues, and that's how it's been shown the cancer do spread from needle biopsy. So
What can we do to in lieu of having a biopsy?
there is a liquid biopsy. I know the test called liquid biopsy, which is RGC test. That it would show if there's a tumor and the present, how much, the numbers would show, like how active the tumor is on that test. There's a thermography, another one. Thermography is another one, would show the heat. Usually heat is the inflammation side. So, and actually I know personally a couple people who never went for any biopsy or did not do anything. Just the scans had shown that they do have solid tumors, and they decided not to do anything. And it's been what, about 15 years they still alive because they decided not to do anything. It actually some data has shown, like, people when they decide not to do anything in terms of the biopsies or chemotherapies and other things, their lifespan is longer and the quality of life is better. But it all depends, of course, on the type of cancer they have. So there's a truth behind needle biopsies, and there's some research and some studies do show that. But right now, in a conventional world, they don't know how else to diagnose a patient if there's a cancer or tumor or anything shows on the scans. They don't know how else to diagnose a patient unless you go to integrative or functional oncologists, and they would offer that test. And that's kind of expensive test, just to throw out there. I think it's about $3,000, right?
Well, I think thermography, if you're going to go that route, is probably
Right.
about $100.
Yeah, thermography is about 250 or so, but
Yeah.
it's a good money. It's a good spending money.
And not
Thank you. My sister had a gallbladder removed. Have you an idea why they do that?
Well,
For different reasons, though. Might be stones, might
They could
be
do the diet. Gallstones,
well,
yeah.
diet based, yeah, gallstones might be inflammation, and the other thing might be if they have a liver cancer that close to the gallbladder, and they might remove the gallbladder because of that. So could be some reasons.
it also, calls to mind the old adage, if your only tool is a hammer, suddenly everything looks like a nail. And
Yeah,
the truth is that this Western allopathic model is surgery based. It's surgery and drugs. So if you go to a baker, you're gonna get a cake baked. If you go to a surgeon, they're going to look for something to cut out. It is just the honest truth. And, I'm not saying anything about anyone's particular circumstance, but I will say, with the boldest of confidence that a huge portion of appendage and organ removals are just unfortunately entirely unnecessary. But if you're working on a model there, that's the standard operating procedure. It's just what they funnel people into, no matter what the detriment and no matter what the other possibilities were to be. That's
Yeah.
I think the common thread here, I think the common thread is that when you get a diagnosis, before you do anything, seek a second opinion from if you're getting a diagnosis or a prognosis from a Western type of doctor, seek consultation with a naturopathic or functional doctor or something of that sort, just to see what the other side is saying and see if there's safer ways to go about testing or even treatment.
Yeah. People can live without gallbladder, but they develop a lot of problems down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. The bile and everything else that
Yeah.
so
Yeah, our organs are there for reasons, and there's
Mhm.
unfortunately no way to just remove an entire organ, putting aside any damage done along the way through the cutting for the surgery. But our systems of the body are meant to operate with the system intact. So when we remove pieces of the body, yeah, it is not without consequence, unfortunately.
Yeah. Removing pieces of the body or tissue of the body, it's not solving a problem. There's a problem somewhere deep. And that's the missing puzzle of in the medical field between doctors and the patients. They're not removing the triggers of the problem. They're just removing a tissue, that's all. But the
Yep,
problem still sits there in the body that causes you know, the trigger still in the body causing the trouble, continue causing trouble.
yep, absolutely. Is that a hand up from Jane?
you're on mute, Jane. I muted you.
I think it's important. Is that okay?
Yep, good.
Okay. I think it's important that we add that there's no one size fits all. That it's important to be knowledgeable and to research your individual situation, and like Carl said, to get a second opinion with an integrative medicine doctor. But it's very important that you have a diagnosis, anybody has a diagnosis. Now, whether biopsy, there's another avenue, then that's good. You researched and see what the integrative medicine doctor says, preferably an MD, because the oncologist is more likely to listen to another MD or consider what they say than a naturopath. So I just think it's important not to have one size fits all, because we don't know that individual situation.
Absolutely. And I would add too that with the exception of very, very aggressive, fast moving cancers, you typically have time.
Mm-hmm. Right,
Um,
to get all the
it's not the
research, to
message-
get
it's not the
another
message
opinion.
you're going to get from
Right.
from the oncologist. They're going to want to move you along the process, but you have time
You have time, right,
in the majority of the cases.
right.
Dave, I just shared a link on in the chat.
And Dave, if you can't get that, just get in touch with me and I'll give you the AI download of it and we'll have that link in there.
Okay, I see the link. Thank you, Maya.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Carl.
Awesome. But yeah, flowers, that's a fantastic question that you bring up. I'd love to hear more about the healing it is that you already do. You were breaking up a little when you were originally speaking. Did I hear you correctly that you said you do African hand healing? Was that like hands?
It sounded a lot like
Yes.
acupressure or acupuncture even. Yeah. Is it
Yes. It's like similar to acupressure in that you're using the meridians and the connections in your hands and feet to every part of your body, every system to stimulate the healing and regenerate and build your immune system and kick off everything that comes around the corner.
That's wonderful. A truly holistic art in that, it emphasizes the connection between the various parts of our body. And, for anyone that's not familiar, our hands and feet, especially, do have connections to all of the other parts of our body, internal and external. And it's something I have experienced with myself on the patient side, having, hands or feet worked on to deal with some other stuff, going on. It's very fascinating how that works so effectively. That's wonderful. That's
Mhm.
wonderful.
Yeah. My father is a doctor of Chinese and Japanese acupuncture, and it's just amazing how everything's connected, and even your teeth. You
Yeah.
know, there's just the body's just connected everywhere through the meridians.
But do you know why your teeth are so important?
Oh, yeah, we see it all the time. Especially there's a huge correlation between root canals and breast cancer, especially.
Ah, please, please. Um, but
Speaking your language.
what I learned, and most people never even think about from the East, is if your spine starts at the coccyx, where does it end?
Right.
Where does its spine end if it begins at the tailbone in the coccyx?
Mm.
Well, I'm gonna say the skull, but could I be wrong?
The skull. Okay, you came up the tailbone, and then you got the skull. So you're saying, where's the skull end?
Yes.
I
At the
guess
teeth is that the
Well,
answer we're looking for?
Anybody else? You're
no,
gonna love this answer.
there's no end. It goes in circular kind of process.
Oh no, there's an end. It ends at the bottom of your top row
Top.
of teeth. The top row of your teeth. Like if you run your finger,
Okay.
side to side under your top teeth, that's the end of your skull. The jawbone moves. The skull does not move.
Hmm.
Mm.
Mm, something to be considered.
Absolutely.
And at that point, this is why it's people with teeth missing can develop all kinds of back and walking problems, etc., because of the connection with the spine.
Yeah.
But when I tell people, but why would no? Why don't you? Oh, and I also just realized I got a revelation that going to the doctor is a personal relationship. When people say things like, "Oh, I would never move because I'd have to leave my doctor," I'm like, "Excuse me? You're in love with this person, or what exactly are you talking about?" And and the other thing that people in my family who have encountered problems when I begged and implored with my nephews and nieces, find a naturopath, go to a homeopath, please go get another opinion, no matter what they said, and I'll pay for it. I even tell them I'll pay for it, and they resist it because my doctor, they have
Yep.
such a relationship with this doctor that it surpasses all common sense, if you ask me. And that is another bridge to get over.
Yeah.
Mike
With
could say,
that, with that, I'm increasing. I'm never complete.
Yeah.
but you're definitely in the right place here.
Yeah, we like your style, Flowers.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, is there anything else on your mind? Any other topics that you'd like to pitch for the call tonight?
That was for you, Flowers.
Are you talking to me?
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
but
you are.
before
Yeah.
we move on, if
Definitely.
We just want to make sure you're feeling.
Can can we remember who we are? We were created by design, not default. That's why we do heal ourselves if we allow it. If we believe within yourself, you'll find you'll find everything. Go within or go without is my motto for everything.
I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Awesome. So the mic is once again open. Again, I see some names that I don't recognize as past guests, and of course, some familiar
Yeah.
faces as well. Thanks for joining us,
He
Annette.
just came off of mute. Maybe he wants to say something.
Who's that? Oh, David. Yeah.
He just came off mute. Yeah.
Yes, I've been coming on for about a year or so when they used to be on Grown Folks Talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know you, brother.
Okay. And I'll make sure I join up next month and start taking my classes
Oh, good. Good for you.
because
Congratulations.
I'm from Jersey, but I go to Flowers neighborhood once a month and do some healing. And I understand frequency medicine. And another holistic group in Georgia called me in for their clients because I'm a clinical hypnosis. So before they treat them, I give them a hypnosis session towards their outcome.
Excellent. Excellent. Dave, I heard that grown folks might be having some sort of wellness get
Yes,
together.
disease prevention convention.
Yes, yes. You wanna drop a little promo for that, maybe?
Yes, that's August 16th. It's in Newark, New Jersey from 11 to 6 p.m. I'm going to work on getting them to broadcast so people can hear the speakers, and I'll get him back in contact with you.
Yeah, yeah. If you could get us the information, send it to support@BeatCancer.org and we'll promote it.
Okay, I send you a flyer out my email. Okay.
Tell Forrest we said we're gonna promote the event for him.
Okay, I will.
Awesome.
And
Thanks.
also been with my nutrition company, Dr. Weeks from the West Coast. He speaks at the oncologist meetings. They used to throw him out, but now they listen. So Dr. Brad Weeks, you can look him up because
Yep.
he was telling them how they treat cancer wrong and they gave him trouble, but now they call him in to speak. So I've been following this cancer thing for since about 10 years, 2014, because one of my buddies had breast cancer and he got well, but then he changed his eating habits. And as Dr. Weeks say, they can take the tumor out, but they don't treat the stem cell. We have another issue.
Absolutely. That brings up another topic of stem cells being left behind.
Yeah. That's my 39 cents. I'll mute back out.
Awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
David. Great to see you. Great to see you. All right. So we got a couple other names. A couple other names that I see. Just some flies on the wall currently, but would love to hear from you. You know, these calls are participant driven, they're community based, and we're here to serve you guys as much as we can. So I'll just call in no particular order on some names that I don't recognize, and we'd love to hear from you what brings you out tonight. So let's go over to James Smith. If James is willing to and would like to hop on the mic and let us know a bit about what brings you out today. Give you a couple seconds to find the unmute button. Otherwise, we'll hop over to one of our other friends.
We'll ask to unmute. I don't know if that helps at all.
Yeah, I pressed the button also. It should like make a pop up. That's all right. If you wish to just listen along, you can certainly do that as well. We'll hop over to Geraldine. How about Geraldine Delaney? We'd love to know what brings you out tonight, where you came about Beat Cancer, and what's on your mind that we can possibly address for you tonight. Same for you. I'll give you a couple seconds to find the unmute button if you would like to share.
Oh, okay, I'll help her out. I invited her last week and this week.
Oh,
Here comes James. He's coming off mute now.
I helped Geraldine out. She's on her second treatment. She had one yesterday, so I invited her last week so she can listen in. And I expect her to get a coach soon so she can get the help that she needs. So, Geraldine, go ahead and ask some questions. Don't be afraid. It's all right. You're in safe company here.
awesome. Of
Thank you,
course,
David. No, yes, I
only
know.
if you're comfortable, Geraldine. No pressure, of course. You could have this call be experienced however you would like to.
I,
Um, but in the meantime, we'll hop over to James. I see you joined us on cam and on the mic.
now I know who you are. Now I see your face. Good to see you, brother.
Good to be here. I don't have anything. Having a problem finding my mute button and my video button, but this is my third time being on. I got a meeting with Dr. Shane next week. I think I told you guys when I first came on, diagnosed with prostate cancer, and that was, I think 2 years ago now, and he had went the nutrition route, but I really didn't have a coach. All I was doing was just following Chris Beat Cancer, and was trending the right way, and then became a caregiver for my 105-year-old dad, and that sort of changed how I was eating and how I was doing everything. And the tumor, well, they said, my doctor said when they did the first exam that they couldn't find it, and I told him, well, it was gone. He said, no, we can't say it's gone, but we don't see it. Then, like I said, with my dad, when I started being a caregiver for my dad, my diet went to heck. And so I'm looking to get back on track. I've never had a coach. Like I said, I'm supposed to meet with Dr. Shane. I've been following actually Chris Beat Cancer probably for, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years. My best friend died of prostate cancer back in 2001. So um, I had been following it. So I'm just learning, listening to the different treatments. I've been going with active surveillance, of course. I saw the doctor, and one of them wanted to do surgery, and the other one wanted me to do radiation. And I think I told you guys the last time I was on that the radiologist told me there's no such research that backs up anything. And I I knew that there was, but I wasn't gonna argue with him. He's a doctor, so I just listened to him, and everybody's sort of trying to push me into surgery for the prostate or either radiology, and it's been uncomfortable for me to uh, go against that, even when my wife is worried, and she's sort of trying to push me to. So, I'm standing alone, but I'm standing. So uh,
You're you're not
that's
alone.
where I'm at.
You're not alone.
Mm,
We're here for you. And let me guess, the surgeon wanted you to get surgery, and the radiologist wanted you to get radiation.
absolutely,
But
absolutely.
but
And
we want you to heal the body. So
mhm. Yeah, and when I first got my diagnosis, of course I've changed doctors since then, but that guy, he actually had me on, and this is just figurative speaking, but he had me on the operating table the first week. He wanted me to have
I
the surgery. We need to get it done, and I told him pump the brakes,
yep.
pump the brakes. Let's. You haven't even told me how aggressive it is, what stage I'm in. You haven't told me any of that. All you telling me is we need to schedule the surgery and when am I available? So needless to say, I changed doctors from that. And the second doctor is a whole lot better, but he is a surgeon, and he sent me to the radiologist, and to hear one of them say, radiology is better, and the other one say surgery is better. And the beautiful thing about it, I give Chris Beat Cancer a whole lot of credit. I give him a whole lot of credit because what he lays out in his book is exactly what I went through. I mean, it was the questions that they asked me and everything. trying to push me into the surgery. It was textbook for what they were trying to do. So I don't know if you guys know him, but
Yeah, we're
I give him a
friends.
lot of credit. Yeah.
We're friends with Chris BeatCancer, and he's got a lot of great things to say. What I will tell you is that when you talk to Dr. Randy or any of the coaches, they are going to make a custom plan with you and for you. So it's not a one size fits all for anybody, even if the diagnosis is the same, even if the prognosis is the same, even if you are the same gender, race, everything. On paper, you look exactly the same, but in reality, you're not. So it's very, very important to get a customized plan made just for you and with you.
Yeah, that's what I've learned from my own research. Yeah, almost everybody is different. Yeah.
Yeah. You are a co-creator and in the driver's seat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome. Thank you too very much.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Do you feel complete? Are you good, James?
Yes.
Okay, good. Perfect.
Awesome. Awesome. And that brings us to just about the top of the hour, but I will reach out to our last friends that we haven't heard from yet. I see iPhone 13. Not sure who that is, but if you would like to grab the mic and share with us what brings you out tonight, we will make sure that we address your commentary as well.
Or Geraldine, if you can
Or
unmute.
if Geraldine's available, whoever would like to grab the mic, or even Michelle. Michelle, our friend from Unblinded. If you have anything top of mind, top of heart that you'd like to mention to the group, we'd love to hear it as well.
Yep, she's been pretty active in the chat.
Awesome. And if not, then I suppose that concludes our call here.
Yeah, we have a great topic next week. Maybe we can talk about the stem cells next week because that's a big topic.
It is. It is. Well, thank you everyone who joined us this week. Thank you everyone for joining us on social media as well, if you're watching on one of our social media platforms. As a reminder for anyone watching the replay or on social media, you can join us here on the call by going to BeatCancer.org and clicking on the weekly call button. That'll be in the top of your screen. We do thank you for coming out. You are what make this all possible. We're here to serve the community, and this is just one of the ways that we do it. So be sure to check out our website for all the other ways that we offer our education, and be sure to join us every Thursday for.
I think James might have one last thing to say.
Yes. Last week you guys posted a link about the lymphatic system. Is it possible to post that again? I didn't get it last week.
It may be.
I actually have it. I'll send it. I'll post it really quick.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks.
And we'll hold the line until we get that link in there for you.
Perfect. Yep. And as a reminder for anyone that is watching live, you can always go back and watch the replays. They're on our YouTube channel, they're on our Facebook. Or if you go to the weekly call page of our website that I was mentioning previously, and you scroll down to the bottom, you can find the link to the YouTube playlist there as well. All right, so it looks like that lymphatic document has been posted in the chat. James, are you able to download it from there? If you click on if you find your way to the chat, if you go over to the chat and then click on that document, it should automatically download to your computer. Oh, you are on mute, but give me a thumbs up if you have it.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yep. Perfect.
Perfect. Well, that does wrap us up for tonight. Thank you, coaches, for sharing the wonderful information. Thank you to all of our friends, old and new, for also sharing your wonderful information. And we will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody.
Dan, good job.